ear. It consists of three chain of 3 ear ossicles. Ossicles means small bones. These middle ear consists of 3 ear ossicles. Now they are malleus, incus, and stapes. These are the 3 bones which vibrate when the vibrations of auditory signals comes to it. Now these ossicles amplify. What is the function of these ossicles? They are used to amplify the vibration. Sound vibrations which are coming to ear, they are amplified. They are exact. Means the sound is increased. That is called as amplification. Amplify the vibration and transfer it to the cochlea. That cochlea is the part of inner ear. Now, incision tube connects middle ear to the pharynx. Now, as I told you, this is that pinna. Then there is a presence of this auditory canal. Then there is a presence of this tympanic membrane, and then the tube starting from here, it passes. Here there is a presence of pharynx. So this is the position where malleus, incus, and stapes they are present. So eustachian tube. This is that eustachian tube. This eustachian tube connects the cavity of middle ear with the pharynx, and because of this, the air pressure on both the sides of the tympanic membrane is maintained. Because tympanic membrane is such a delicate structure, any damage, if the air pressure also increases, it can damage the eardrum. Because of that, your hearing can be hampered. So that precaution should be taken, that tympanic membrane, the air pressure on tympanic membrane should be equalized from both the sides of the tympanic membrane. Then the inner ear. This is a bit complicated structure, inner ear. It consists of labyrinth, 2 types of main. Internal ear consists of 2 main parts. One is labyrinth and second is the vestibular apparatus. It's the labyrinth and vestibular apparatus. And the coiled portion of labyrinth is called as cochlea. Now this labyrinth is again divided into 2 parts. One is bony labyrinth and another is membranous labyrinth. It is again divided into 2 parts, bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth is filled with perineum and membranous labyrinth is filled with endolymph. So this is the part of inner ear. The inner ear is divided into 2 main parts. One is labyrinth and second is vestibular apparatus. Labyrinth is again divided into bony labyrinth and membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth is filled with perineum. Membranous labyrinth is filled with endolymph. Then the vestibular apparatus is another part of the internal ear or inner ear, whatever you can say. Inner ear, as I said, the coiled portion of labyrinth is called as cochlea. Now what is this cochlea is? Cochlea is a coiled structure. Now it is divided into 3 parts by resinous membrane and bacillus membrane into scala vestibuli, scala tympani and middle scala midii. Internal ear of coiled cochlea, that is the part of coiled portion of the labyrinth, is divided into 3 parts by resinous membrane and bacillus membrane into scala vestibuli towards the vestibule, scala tympani towards the lower side and scala media in the center. Now this scala vestibuli is filled with the liquid that is called as perineum. Scala tympani is filled with perineum and scala media is filled with endothelium. Now, this bacillus membrane, you can see the bacillus membrane here, and this is the auditory nerve which takes the signal to the brain. Now, this bacillus membrane, on this bacillus membrane, there is a P-shaped structure that is called as organ of Cornwall. Now, this organ of Cornwall has the sensory epithelium. This sensory epithelium has hair cells, small hair cells, which has the stereocilia. Now, that stereocilia, they are covered by the membrane that is known as tectorial membrane. Now, there is a presence of auditory nerve below that. Now, this sensory epithelium, once more we can see that this organ of Cornwall is a small P-shaped structure which is present here on the bacillus membrane. Now, then sensory epithelium, this organ of Cornwall has a sensory epithelium which has hair cell, and the hair cells, they have get small stereocilia. These stereocilia, they are covered by the tectorial membrane. Whenever there are the sound vibrations, this tectorial membrane and it gets pressurized by the stereocilia, which brings about a vibration, and then those vibrations of sound impulse, they are carried to the auditory nerve, which are taken to the brain. Then there, the auditory surface of brain, it analyzes the sound and it conveys to you that this sound is of such and such also.